Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Cohen. Today we have another topic I want to talk about for the week and for today. Unfortunately, I did miss uploading yesterday because I was working a double shift and I got off really late. I do apologize for that. I'm trying to keep a streak alive there, so I'll probably do a double upload right after this and film something else I wanted to talk about recently as well. But today I just kind of want to talk about something I experienced in the last couple of days, and the larger theme I extracted from that, and that is that you don't always have to go searching for love. So that's basically the whole premise of today's video, is to not always go searching for love, and sometimes you can let it go come to you. Um, so I'm gonna kind of just walk y'all through something that's been going on in my life recently, and then tell you exactly how that ties in to this idea that larger idea I've taken away. So recently, I've actually been kind of talking to this girl that I met through work, and we were hanging out. Been hanging out a couple of times, nothing crazy. But we had a really good chemistry, I sensed from the first time I met her, and not a lot of that. Like, that's only happened a couple of times, honestly. Like, when you meet a girl and you just feel an instant spark. Like, you could tell even before you said your first word to them, like, oh, they're kind of on the same vibe. They have the same energy as you. That was the kind of feeling I had with this girl. And so, we started talking, whatever, hung out a couple of times. But she's going to the military in about a couple months. So, um, yeah, that was just like, not that we were gonna continue to hang out and talk, but that kind of limited our options to do that, right? So I thought it was just really interesting because when I was hanging out with her, um, one of those nights I got a text from my ex-girlfriend, right? So this was interesting timing, huh? From my ex-girlfriend that I haven't talked to, um, 8 months maybe. Like, it's been a year since we've really over a year since we've seen each other, and she's been in a relationship for a lot of that time. So that's just some background context. She texts me and just says, she was said, "Hey, I'm sorry I missed your birthday. Happy birthday." My mind you, my birthday was a couple of months ago. So that was nice, but I just thought it was interesting because it's like, here I am finally, like, I worked past all that stuff and I'm starting to come out of my shell a little bit more, and I finally kind of sparked it off with the girl a little bit. And then, this girl uh, that kind of I was on for a while, my ex-girlfriend, was in a relationship, and I just had to deal with that, and I had to deal with the fact that I couldn't find a replacement. I had to go through that whole, change of mind, change of thinking. I had to develop into that because originally I had thought I could replace her, and I stopped trying to do that. And then I met this girl, right, and had kind of a great spark that I wanted to hang out with her and see if we could get to know each other better. So I just thought that was very interesting. I can't help but like think of it on a deeper level, and a lot of my themes in my life recently have been about you know not trying to chase stuff, and especially love, because I've I've been on kind of this single journey for um, a few months now where I've really focused on developing myself and developing my own mind and putting myself first, my faith first, instead of trying to find external validation in other people. And from a side of a woman's side, chasing a girl or a partner, I just do not feel that it's always necessary to take it upon yourself to do it. I feel that there's times where you're meant to be alone. There's times where you're meant to grow as a singular human. And I feel like that's really one of these times I have right now. And so, like, this girl that I'm talking to, I've kind of paced it. I don't want to involve myself too much in it. I mean, even though I was interested in her right off the bat, she's going to the military. I can't really involve myself. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm kind of relying myself on someone else. And so I just thought about that a lot because, my ex-girlfriend, like, that was right when I kind of turned 18, 19. I was right about that age. So a year and a half ago, even 2 years. And, like, when I broke up with her. And it was just like, the state I was in was like, I couldn't face myself, if that makes sense. Like, I just kind of blamed myself for everything. I thought a lot. I thought about myself badly. I just felt that, like, I took away the only person I could really talk to, and then I learned, like, I could completely unlock that in myself and 100%, like, completely be my own support. Like, as a man, independently, completely process my own emotions, completely think about whatever, like, that I don't really need anyone besides God, and then that friends and family could help me along the way. But that really opened my eyes to that, right? And so what I'm basically trying to say is that, like, trust God's timing and trust the timing of the universe. The wind fell. The wind pushed my tripod down. But, yo, my bad. I'm gonna hold it with my foot. What I was saying was trust God's timing, trust the timing of the universe, and dang, okay, nah, it's because you don't need to have that, like, you don't need a partner, you don't need really anything except God, yourself, maybe a couple of friends. Like, you need a small circle. I was talking about that with my friend earlier, who I haven't seen in a few months because he's been out of town, and he hasn't been back in school. He's been back home, and I just saw him today for a few hours, and I was able to catch up with him a lot. And we talked about that, and we talked about that we can't take these single years for granted. When we don't have anyone relying on us, we don't have these different things that a partner needs from you, and that instead you can take that energy and put it towards yourself first, and eventually that will build towards finding a partner. And I believe that's natural. Like, part of why I shared this short story about my ex and this kind of new girl, like, who knows? I don't think it would develop into anything, but this new girl, like, she kind of gave me, like, a little bit of insight into that I can find someone, and it gave me some hope, like, again, that I can find someone that has the same spark that I did in the past. And because I thought for a while, like, I had put that pressure on myself. I had put that pressure on myself a lot, that, like, I wouldn't find that ever again. You know, like, that's real, bro. Like, I thought I wouldn't find that connection again. And then you just got to realize, like, you 100% can. And you can think, like, oh, my situation's different. My situation's different with my ex or whatever. I've heard it 1,000 different ways. I'm in college. Like, everyone has an ex, whatever. And it all works differently. But it's like you can find it again. And there's not just one. I mean, I believe in soulmates, but I don't believe in one soulmate. Like, I believe in chemistry. I believe in energy. I believe in, like, different wavelengths that you find in a partner. And I believe there's a lot of different partners that you can find out there. And that I believe timing's a real thing, and I believe that, yeah. So that's just kind of my spiel for today, man. Like, I wanted to touch on base on that and see what y'all think. I know everyone has their own story about this kind of stuff. But man, like, you really just need yourself, like, self and God. Like, can't stress that enough. Even when you get lonely, like, everybody gets lonely, man. Like, find an outlet and don't be quiet, but enjoy yourself and enjoy your company, because you never know if you'll have it again. Like, you don't know if you'll have it again when you do meet someone. If you start dating someone that could be your wife, and then you'll love her and maybe you'll build a family, but eventually you're gonna have times where you miss, from time to time you look back, you're gonna miss that self time with yourself, where you were growing so much, you were doing so much for you, and you were just enjoying life simply, like, with peace and distance from the drama and from all the talking to girls and just all the worries about dynamics with women. Like, no, bro, do yourself a favor and let the energy come to you. Put out a certain wavelength, but don't try too hard, man. It's not worth it. You don't need to, hawk anything. Hawk a girl down. You don't need to, go out of your way to really force something. You know what I'm saying? It's never worth it, bro. Like, you have your whole life, and younger me would not understand that. Me a year and a half ago, would not understand what I'm saying today, but I would have really appreciated to hear this. So, that's it for the video right now. I'm probably gonna film one right after this to get that second post up, and then I want to keep that daily streak alive. Um, and yeah, man, I would just really appreciate y'all for commenting and subscribing, liking the video. We're at 64 subscribers right now. Really do appreciate it. And yeah, I love y'all, man. Y'all have a great day. I'll catch you on the next one, which I guess would be next up. Peace.